and welcome back to the PES 2020 Master League with AS Roma. As you can see from the calendar at the bottom of the screen, we're near the end of February now. So 3 more games and that will be us through February of 2020. So we're getting through the season at a relatively brisk pace considering the speed I usually get through my Master League saves. And as always, we will go through a quick recap of what has happened. We have 2 games in this recap against Inter Milan in the Coppa Nazionale, and the first leg of our Europa League round of 32 against Lille. We kick off the first Inter game at home. We would like to win some silverware this year because obviously the Scudetto is out of our reach now, so we're still in the Coppa Nazionale and still in the Europa League at this stage. As we hit the post with, I believe, that was Gabriel Barbosa against his former club, as he makes some space, slides it into Pastore, who is denied by Handanovic. Moving into the 43rd minute, a mix-up in defence, and Luca Pellegrini is in, and it's guaranteed, it's 1-0, it's surely going to be, no it's not, because he's put it wide. That's a couple of times this season that he's done that, which is kind of irritating. But as we move right on the stroke of half-time, Zappacosta, he's misjudged the flight of the ball. Lukaku takes it down on his chest ridiculously. Instead of just heading it like any normal human person would, takes it on his chest and passes it into the back of the net. Russo made his debut. He came on to make his debut in this game. He is our sort of young prodigy who we're going to try and make a thing. Big chance towards the end of the game as we are denied once again, and we go down 1-0 to Inter Milan in the first leg of it's the Coppa Italia. What am I talking about? I'm trying to be more Italian than I actually am. Coppa Nazionale is not a thing. It's the Coppa Italia. As we roll into the second game against Inter Milan, this time away at the San Siro. Lukaku causing problems for us yet again. Plays in Alexis Sanchez, and that is a very, very tidy finish from the edge of the area from the Chilean. Bends it into the far corner, and we are 2-0 down on aggregate through Alexis Sanchez. Rudhulit looking slightly miffed on the touchline. He is the embodiment of what I was doing. Very nearly threw me controller. That was the best chance we had at the first half, really. And Dzeko gets it out of his feet, and Padelli not really troubled. Another header from Dzeko, and Padelli deals with it, and it goes out for a corner. But, however, from the resulting corner, Padelli came and punched the initial effort. We get the ball back with Florenzi, plays it to Zaniolo, who makes space and bang, bends it away from Padelli into the back of the Inter Milan net, and we quickly pick the ball up to try and get back into this game. We are level on the night, but we are 1 goal down still on aggregate, which is the important thing. Straight back into the action in the second half. We get straight into them and force Padelli to make a save. Lautaro Martinez, however, went through, and Mirante has to make a save. However, we did play a lot better in that second half, but it was not to be, as Inter Milan knock us out of the Coppa Italia at the quarter-final stage, which is it's disappointing. We wanted to walk away with this season with something, so the only feasible silverware we can win is the Europa League, as we're out of the Scudetto race. There we go. It will be, there's the bracket. It will be Lazio to take on Inter Milan, and it looks like it's going to be Torino to take on Napoli in the other semi-final. Speaking of the Europa League, we move into the round of 32 first leg against Lille, rocking I think usually our strongest side at this stage of the Europa League. Edin Dzeko immediately, 12 minutes into the game, I say immediately, 12 minutes into the game, immediately into the recap of this game, gets us on the score sheet, giving us that advantage in the tie. As long as we could keep Lille out, that was our main objective. An away goal would change everything. And they were knocking on the door here with Osimhen, who hits the post, and we survive that scare from Lille, who, if I'm being honest, played much better in this game, as Pau Lopez forced into yet another save. Yazidze gets the shot away, and Lopez makes another save. We didn't really cause Lille a whole lot of problems in this second half until we managed to catch them on the break. Perotti sliding the ball in towards Gabi Barbosa, who doubles our advantage right at the end of the game. It's a real soccer blow. Soccer blow? Soccer punch. Soccer blow? That's not a thing. Well, maybe it is in certain circles, but it's definitely not any circles that I run in. As the Brazilian doubles our advantage going into the second leg of our Europa League knockout game. So as long as we can keep a cool head, I'd say that we are going to qualify into the last 16. As Pau Lopez needs to put that shirt back on or he'll catch a cold. There are the other results in the round of 32 first legs. You can pause at your leisure and see if your team is there. No, not really any majorly surprising ones that I can see. And then we are reminded that we have our derby coming up shortly against Lazio. From this fine specimen, as Big Sam looks on in the background. We may be ahead of them at the moment. There's no time to get complacent. Well, sorry to piss on your lollipops, mate, but we are currently a point behind them in the table. So they are ahead of us. If you're an Inter Milan fan, you're going to love this episode because this is their third appearance. As we saw them in the two Coppa Italia games. Now that we're out of that, the league is pretty much it's our primary focus, but the Europa League is obviously our biggest chance of winning silverware. So, and Inter Milan are currently second, so a win over them, and we could move up the table. We want to finish as high as possible. So, Handanovic in goal with Godin, Skriniar, De Vrij at the back, Brozovic, Gagliardini, Barella, Asamoah, Politano, Sanchez and Martinez. No Romelu Lukaku, which is I'm not going to complain about that, but you know, it's just an odd decision. As we roll out our usual starting lineup, the only difference is Justin Kluivert has come back from injury, so he's going to get a start, and no attacking midfielder. I'm going with two forwards. We're going for it. Don't know what it is, but that's what we're going for. With Barbosa and Dzeko both starting up front. Like I say, we want to finish as high as we can in the league. We're not going to win it, so we might as well finish as high as possible. And a win over Inter Milan will go some way to achieving that goal. Good lord, doesn't it look pretty? The Giuseppe Meazza plays host to us for the second time in quick succession. Sanchez up against Kluivert, who does really well to get a foot in. Well done, Justin. And now we look to break away with Dzeko. Barbosa. Oh, I didn't think it was going to get there, but it's kind of still worked as Under plays it back into Gabi Barbosa. And we do have the lead. Not in the way that we had anticipated, but we do take the lead through the former Inter Milan man, Gabriel Barbosa. Our big January signing has come up trumps again. It's a very simple finish. It's relatively sweaty, but I don't care, to be honest. We will take it. Cengiz Ünder, who has been a real sleeper performer this year, he's gone under the radar and he's been fantastic, as has Gabi Barbosa, who gives us the lead. It's Brozovic and I think Sanchez standing over this free kick. It's Brozovic to hit it straight into the wall. Comes back to Sanchez. Gagliardini. Brozovic, lovely ball. Oh, Jesus Christ. Lopez, big save. And it's gone wide from Gagliardini. We have got away with that. Something shocking. I gave away a foul, so this sort of stuff wouldn't happen. What a touch that is. And we just played it right back into the danger zone. And Lopez makes a ridiculous save. How has this worked out? It's come off Asamoah, and he still has it. If he gets across towards Lukaku. What a save from Lopez to deny the half-time substitute. How lucky does Asamoah get there? The ball, we look to clear it, hits him in the back, and he keeps the possession of the ball. Gets a really good crossing. That's a terrific header, matched only by the save from Lopez. Brozovic delivers. Headed away only as far as Politano to fire it back in, and it's gone in. Politano has equalised. That must have taken a deflection. Surely that's not gone the whole way in. Either way though, Inter Milan have levelled through Politano on an absolute screamer. if it's gone the whole way in. Let's see. It's headed out. Takes a touch, bangs it. I don't think that's taking a nick, you know. I think just Lopez has got that completely wrong. See if we can see it better from this angle. It's headed away. It drops, takes it on the chest, hits it. Nope, it looks to have just gone straight in. This time Under is able to keep hold of it. Cristante inside for Pellegrini, Dzeko, and Barbosa. Well, what can you say? Gabby Barbosa with his second of the game, and it's an absolute perler. Apologies for the delayed reaction, I just assumed that was going to go miles wide because I thought I'd put way too much power on that. Lovely build up, and he digs it out of his feet, and he hits it first time, no backlift, and he's absolutely smacked it. Lovely flick from Dzeko, didn't even see that. Look at that, has to dig it out of his feet and beats Handanovic with a terrific goal. And we're back in front. Gabby Barbosa haunts his former side again. Ball out wide. It's Politano. It's in towards Lukaku. It's headed away by Mancini. Comes back out. What a save. What a terrific save by Lopez. And Sanchez has put it wide. Christ, I was holding circle to get that clear and nothing was happening, and fluids may have come out, but Pau Lopez has kept us in this game yet again. Ball forward for Barbosa. He's in behind, looking for the hat-trick. Gabby Barbosa, he's hit the post, and Russo can't follow up, and that would have sealed the game, surely. And what a way for Barbosa to come back to the San Siro. Inter Milan do have this goal kick, but surely they don't have time to launch an attack. They do not. We have picked up a huge win at the Giuseppe Meazza. Former Inter Milan boy Gabby Barbosa comes back to haunt his former side. And just like that, we close the gap on Inter Milan to a single point. We go above Lazio. We are now in third place behind Inter Milan. We're still, what, bloody 14 points off Juventus. I'm pretty sure they have the title already won. Which is a little bit depressing, but there you go. AC Milan in 11th. God almighty, how the mighty have fallen. Who is in the bottom three? Lecce with 10 points. Jesus Christ, with 10 points. I think they're pretty much down at this stage. Verona on 22, Bologna on 23, Brescia 24, Sassuolo 26. It's pretty tight down the bottom. But it's the top that we're worried about. Derby rematch, Chapter 2, as we see the boys in their lovely tracksuit. Lazio lost their match. A win leading into the derby is going to give us the mental edge we need. Indeed it is! Well, we've technically won our league game before it, so does that count even if we lose against Lille? We will win, without a doubt. A man of few words, Ruud Hullet. And speaking of that game before the derby, it is, of course, our second leg against Lille in the Europa League in the round of 32. They have gone with a pretty strong looking side. They've got Magnon in goal, Jose Font, who surely we can target as he'll go through a whole can of WD-40 on his knees before the game at this stage of his career. They've got Renato Sanchez in there, Yazici, Ikone and Victor Osimhen up front. Some big names, whereas we, on the other hand, are doing Lille a huge disservice, and we have rotated our entire starting 11. Morante starts in goal. He's usually been our cup keeper throughout this campaign anyway. Smalling, Juan Jesus gets a game. Santon and Zappacosta, Diawara, Veretout, Pastore, Centurion, Mkhitaryan, and Russo gets a start. I'm going to start him and see what he can do. I've got Antonucci on the bench as well, who was our initial flavour of the month, but he is on the bench. I want to make sure that we have, the game won before we take the piss a bit too much. But Russo starts. I want to see what he can do. He's had a few brief cameos, but I haven't really seen what he's capable of, and this could be his opportunity. We are, of course, 2-0 up from the first leg. Surely we should be able to see this game out. If we score, it's an away goal, and that just really adds a huge mountain to climb for Lille. So let's go and pile on the misery, shall we? You may say that the Europa League doesn't matter, but this stadium is packed to the proverbial and physical rafters. As we go inside the tunnel to see our opponents, there's Mike Magnon. Good keeper he is. I expect him to get a move at some point in the near future. But the very near future is what we're more concerned about. Tenuous. These links are tenuous at best. Aussie men who may be a target for next season, perhaps. But that we'll have to wait and see. Until then, we're going to try and get through this second leg without much incident. Irish clan, bloody hell. Well, fair play to you lads. Travelling all the way over, supporting Roma for some reason. But you know, takes all types. Hopefully we can give the Irish boys a something to cheer about. Ikone. Araujo. Making Zappacosta look a bit of a knob as he finds Aussie men. Back to Araujo, who continues to make Zappacosta look like a bit of a knob. Aussie men up against Smalling, who is doing the same to Smalling. This is not good. Well done, Zappacosta. You've oh Jesus Christ, Zappacosta! What did I just say? And that's going to cost us a goal, and it has. Well, now that makes things very interesting. Jonathan Ikone has scored one of the luckiest goals of his entire career. Oh no, this could go badly. He makes the tackle, all well and good, and then just passes it straight. It's like, here you go, mate, I feel bad. You have that back. And Osimhen just slides it into Ikone, who passes it into the back of the net. And just like that, we have a bit of pressure on us now. Veretout to deliver this corner. In it comes. There's the header. Headed away, only as far as... There's Santon. Running at Ikone. And Ikone makes a good tackle, but Santon should reach that, and he does. Centurion. Pastore. Veretout. Are we dicking about with this a little bit too much? There's every possibility. Santon drifts it across. Looks for Russo. He's there and he scored! Christian Russo gets his first goal for Roma on his first full start. The young lad has come good. It's very scrappy. Quite similar to how we gave up a goal in regards to it being just very, very sloppy. But we'll take it. The young lad gets his first start, and it's in a European knockout game. And Christian Russo equalises. Zappacosta. Mkhitaryan. Russo. Fabulous ball through by Russo to Mkhitaryan, and it's 2-1. The young lad has got himself an assist as well as his goal, and Henrik Mkhitaryan profits. The man who has come to life really in European competition this season. Lovely ball through by Russo, and Mkhitaryan. Magnon I think gets a hand to it, and he really should be doing better. But the Armenian gets yet another goal in his Europa League campaign. And we have 2 away goals, and that surely now is the cushion that we needed to take us into the last 16. And Sanchez, Renato Sanchez, pushed away by Morante. Izichi with the corner. There's the header, and there is the goal. Ikone gets his second of the game, and Lille level on the night. They still need another 3 goals. It's unlikely. But if there is a comeback happening, this is the perfect time to start it. Ikone gets his second of the night. And now Ikone looking for the hat-trick. Saved by Morante. And we are now being put under a lot of pressure. And this is dangerous. Yazici to deliver it. In it comes. And there's a free header at the back post for Ikone again. Ikone has pulled up. Yes, get him off Tibuggery. Zaniolo does really well. Looks for the run of Antonucci and finds him. It's Antonucci! He's hit it into the side netting. He's made me make a weird noise there, and I did not appreciate that. Into the 4 minutes of added time, and we are gonna hang on and progress here, but Lille, Jesus Christ, they have given us a game and a half. But is it going to get even better? Russo up against Fonte, who manages somehow. He's got the strength on him, but had he got away from him, he'd have been absolutely screwed. But we will absolutely take the result as it is. Unless, of course, we can get another goal here. Veretout through for Russo. Chance for a European brace. No, he's just not got the strength as the young lad. but he has got a goal which has helped us progress into the Europa League last 16. A 2-2 draw on the night, 4-2 on aggregate. Not the most convincing of performances, that's harsh on Lille because they played really well. Here we see the rest of the round of 32 results. Who has gone through? Mönchengladbach are through, Sevilla through, Dortmund, and a bloody thriller overall against Espanyol. We of course have gone through. Lazio have knocked out Wolves, Genk knock out Feyenoord, Chelsea with a 4-0 aggregate win over Athens. Bloody hell, a 6-5 extra time win for Leipzig. That's a mental game. Because we're watching the wrong one. We should have watched that one. Who else is through? Manchester United knock out Standard Liège, Saint-Étienne through, Arsenal through, Sporting, Porto beat Galatasaray, Inter Milan are through, Lokomotiv Moscow and Napoli. So quite a bit of Italian representation with ourselves. Napoli, who else? Inter Milan, and AC Milan have been knocked out, of course. So some tasty possible ties coming up in the round of 30, or the round of 16, I should say. And we have a press conference in anticipation for the Lazio game. Do you think that the fact you couldn't grab a win before your second meeting with your local rivals will have rattled the players? Absolutely not. We went through an aggregate and we beat Inter Milan in our last league game. I'm not worried at all. Not at all worried. You can't think of derbies in the same terms as any other match. I'm not concerned what happened in the last match. As a team, we're fully focused on winning the next match. Yeah, absolutely, yeah. I don't think there's any arrogance about that statement. We're on a good run of form apart from the Juve game, and there's no reason why we can't beat Lazio. Jesus, Inter Milan, would you ever just piss off in this episode? They've put in a 12 million offer for Chris Smalling, who technically isn't our player, but he kind of is. So he's going to stay here as young Christopher Smalling. And Inter Milan can absolutely do one. You can have, I'm sure, what other United reject could go to Inter Milan? Look, you could have, Phil Jones, there you go. You can have him, he's apparently crap, you can have him. And with that, that is going to do it for this episode. Quite action-packed, I must say, in this particular. So plenty of goals, plenty of incident, as we await our next league game against Lazio, which is the derby, of course, and then we play Napoli, and then, oh Jesus Christ, we've just seen who we've drawn in the Europa League. It's Borussia Dortmund. Okay, that's going to be difficult. Borussia Dortmund, first leg at the Signal Iduna Park. 3 really tough games coming up because Lazio, as you can see, are in 4th, Napoli in 5th. 2 teams that are in and around us, and then Borussia Dortmund in the Europa League. Bloody hell, doesn't get any easier. Until then, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, do remember to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and hit the bell if you're feeling jaunty for notifications for when we make new videos, especially now with this whole lockdown thing in the UK. These things should be a lot more frequent. I've been looking for an excuse as to why we don't upload overly frequently, and now that excuse is gone. So we should get this season, we might actually get into a second season in a Master League save. Isn't that mental? For proof that we don't get into a second season, you can look at our previous Master League saves. There's been 2 with Newcastle and 1 with Cardiff in previous incarnations of PES, along with other silly PES videos, the Euro African Invitational, of course, which did not happen last year and will not be happening again this year. Michael has the trophy for now and forever, much to the delight of his missus, I'm sure. There's also silly quizzes, live reactions, just general opinion pieces, a whole plethora of football-related tomfoolery on the channel, and we'll show that you find something you like. And if you don't find anything you like, let us know what you'd like to see, and we'll see what we can do. But until then, thank you so much again for watching, and we will see you, as always, in the next one.